Happy Wednesday morning, everybody. Cheryl asked me to come on and give you guys just a few quick tips and tricks for healthier, happier ankles. So I'm on the floor, so then when I move, my ankle will be showing on the camera. Ankles are like really, really a big deal, and I think we don't take good care of them, as evidenced by the number of people that have poor gait, poor movement, a history of sprained ankles, a history of knee replacements, a history of hip replacements. All of those issues start when our gait is off. Similarly to if our tires are out of alignment, we end up with a lot of car problems, shock absorber problems, tire wear. All of those things happen when we're out of alignment. So when we want to put ourselves back into alignment, we want to start with our feet. And yesterday I talked to you about shoes. Today I'm going to talk to you about ankles. It's going to be a really short lesson just so you have some ideas to play with. In August, we're going to start a 90-day Move to Live challenge where we're going to actually work through how do we improve all our basic movement fundamentals so you can become a better movement. And with the work we do, we call movement the currency of life. He or she who moves well, lives well, and as we see in the animal kingdom, he or she who doesn't move well, in the animal kingdom, they're the first to get eaten. And in our world, he or she who doesn't move well is the one who ends up right off the bat. And, that's where the family puts you. You don't move well, you go to the nursing home, the assisted living home. So we want to protect that by protecting our ankles. Think of your ankles in this context. When I heard this statistic or this fact, it got my attention. So we're going to we want to just look at how much weight your legs, your ankles manage on a daily basis. So this joint right here, every time you step, is going to manage about 1.2 to 1.3 times your body weight. If you're sprinting or running, 1.5 to 2 times your body weight. But for the average person, we could call it like 1.2 times your body weight. So take your weight times 1.2 and then multiply that by the number of steps you take a day. So let's say you take 5,000 steps, you weigh 200 pounds, that's 240 pounds times 5,000 steps. And you're going to see that your ankles manage literally tons of weight every day. You cannot go to the gym and out exercise a poor gait. How we walk and move is really critical. And when that gait's off, our knees are off, our ankles are off, we end up with long-term problems. So the first thing we want to do is we want to become really well aware of our ankle. We want to learn, we want our brain, our subconscious brain to have this part of our brain knows where our ankle is, we can point to it. But when it comes to movement, we have to have a good, what we call neuromap or nervous system map. So that the nervous system, so that the subconscious part of your brain knows where your ankle is, knows how it's moving, knows what it's doing. Because when it doesn't know what it's doing, when it's not aware of what's happening because of poor neuromaps, which we get from poor gait, poor movement, injuries, visual problems, vestibular problems, poor shoes, high heels, boots, all of those things take away our capacity for good gait and our awareness of our ankles. So today's lesson is how do we discover and become better at moving our ankles. So I'm going to move up on the bench so you guys can see my ankle. And our goal is to, first make sure that I can make this camera work. Okay. So there's the ankle. Let's tilt this down a little bit more. Okay. So there's the ankle, and we want to be focused on, if you just take your fingers and activate right here under this big bone on both sides, that's the ankle joint. So our first lesson of awareness is to become aware of that joint and to be able to move the foot at that joint without having to move your toes or your knees. Most of the time when I work with people, I say, let's move the ankle joint. We get a lot of foot, knee, and hip movement. So your first drill or exercise is going to be just to put your foot out, and this is called an ankle circle. You can practice these sitting down, while you're laying on the couch, when you're in bed, when you're standing on one foot, wherever it's easy for you. But we want to just be able to take our foot and move it in a smooth circle as if your ankle joint were two like large billiard balls, just moving smoothly on each other. So notice that I'm able to move my foot, but I'm moving it from the ankle. My mental awareness, my mental cognition, my mental focus is on that ankle joint. It's not on my toes. My toes are relaxed. I can move my foot up and down. Again, without the toes tweaking. Most of the time when I work with people, the toes start twitching, the toes start moving. And the reason that happens is the brain is trying to figure out how to do this. And so it stops and says, okay, Forrest said move my ankle. Not so sure about that, but I know where my toes are. I know where the knee is. I can try to make the ankle move by moving the other parts. So what we want to do is we want to get good at just doing an ankle circle where the toes are staying relaxed, the foot can move side to side, the foot can move up and down. And as you play with this, just be aware of what is and isn't happening with your leg, with your knee, with your toes. And can you close your eyes and visually just feel and see all of that movement happening in the ankle, all right? I have been working on neuro movement now for almost, I think, about 4 or 5 years. And I work on my ankles literally every day. If you want good movement, good mobility, you got to work on the basics every day. The second drill Cheryl told you, said I would show you, is an ankle tilt. So we're just going to stand in a neutral position. I'm going to step forward at about 45 degrees, a slight lunge, a little weight on this foot. And to make it easy, I'm just going to roll my toe in, and then I'm going to roll my ankle out at that same joint. Now, this is where most people sprain their ankle because they do not have a good neuromap for this. So you step on something you're unfamiliar with, the ankle rolls, and we get a sprain. When you have good neuromaps, the ankle rolls, and it goes, I know how to do this, and we avoid those falls. We're able to roll, and we're able to catch ourselves. We know where our movement and mobility function is because we have a great map for that. So 45 degrees out, this is the basic one. We go to here, and we just practice rolling the ankle. And again, we want to avoid all of the hip stuff, all of the knee stuff. We just want to focus on the ankle moving. When I started this, the ankle moved just a smidge. A smidge done right is a lot better than a whole bunch done wrong. And ultimately, you'll get so you can do this with your foot in any position. You should work around the clock because you want to be able to have good ankle motion any place you go. And the last one I want to close with today is we're just going to stand in that neutral position. I'm just going to lunge over to the side, and now I'm going to roll my ankle in. So this is our medial ankle tilt. And we want, again, to just be able to move that ankle there. If I turn my foot here, I can do my lateral ankle tilt. If I put my foot here, I can do a lateral ankle tilt. I can do a medial ankle tilt. We literally want to be able to do these ankle rolls or ankle tilts in any position, any place. Do them well, do them smoothly, do them easily so that the brain knows what's going on and where you are. And guys, it doesn't matter your age, your size, your shape. None of that matters. We can make our ankles better. We can make ourselves better movers. And for those of you that are in what I call the baby boomer crowd, the number one thing that's going to take you out is a fall. You fall over 65, probability of breaking a hip, getting placed into a nursing home, assisted living home, it goes way up. It's like a major cause of serious financial and health and movement problems for people over 65. So if you're under 65, let's not wait till you're 65 to fix our ankles. Let's get great ankles now, because we see young people dealing with sprains and strains. When your gait is off, the knees are getting worn unevenly, and then we all wonder why at 55 we need new knees. And at 55 we're going, I hope I can make it to 65 so Medicare pays for my new knees. Doesn't need to happen if we have good feet, good ankles, and good knee mobility. So hopefully that's helpful for you guys today. Just a little quick things on that. And we will be announcing sometime toward the end of the month our 90-day Move for Life challenge. I call it Move for Life because movement is the currency of life. It's going to be fun. It's going to be easy. It's going to be really affordable. And we're going to give you guys a weekly challenge that we're going to just go through to improve our movement capacity, regardless of your age, regardless of your current ability to move. We can always get better. The science of neurology is the science of hope. The better we exercise and activate our body and our brain, the better we move, the better we have our better quality of life we have. So for those of you that are on live, thank you. I am going to sign out and get on with my day. But I wanted to support Cheryl's video, or her post that she's been putting up this week on feet. You guys have a blessed week, and I'll talk to you soon. In fact, I'll be back tomorrow. Cheryl's got something planned for me tomorrow. So have a blessed day. This is Forrest out. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.